All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. We're back at it again. This is me and my dad. We're going to be going exploring some local mountainous areas here in Arizona and bring you along for the ride.
Yeah, and there's a few things we want to talk about before we go, right? That is, you got to have your kitty cat tamer because there are possibly big cats out in the area we're going to.
Oh yeah.
You want to have your water? We got that. Check. You want to have your Gatorade, especially when you get to an advanced stage like myself, because you start cramping up pretty early on the trek. Got to have your, what else you got? You got a bunch of stuff in your bag.
Yep.
And
bunch of stuff.
Got to have motivation. You can't leave without motivation. Confidence, optimism. We are coming back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Got the sun tamer hat.
Oh yeah, styling.
And these aren't necessarily for style points. They keep the dust out of your eye as well as the sun. And when you start going into the brush like we have before, it's possible to get a poke in the eye, and you don't want that. That can really put a damper on the fun.
Oh yeah. No, I always wear my eye pro everywhere I go. So.
You can't see what that is.
Yep.
So we're saying goodbye or adios since we're down here near the border.
Yep.
Here we go.
Off we go. So here we are. We're at the trailhead, what we're calling our trailhead. We pulled off the road here. We're about 4.5 miles up this 5-mile road up into the mountains, and so we're gonna go explore up here, see what we can find, fend off any mountain lions or black bears that we come across.
It reminds me of the time I was in California and I went on a little day hike, and I thought I'm gonna see some mountain lions if anything, and I ran into what I swear it was a grizzly. And it was only, I don't know, 30-40 yards away, a lot closer than you want it to be, and I just kind of froze in my tracks, and he did all the work for me. He just took one look at me and he just busted the other way. And listening to a bear go through the woods, that's something. It's like listening to a car going through the woods, except a lot quieter. I mean, except for the pushing out of the trees.
Hopefully we don't want to face anything like that. But.
No. Well, and when I was in Washington, last year before, I was driving in the car and came across a black bear, and those things can move. When you scare them, they can move. I was in a car, thank heavens, but yeah.
There are black bear in the area. We might see some of them.
If we see them, you'll see them.
Yeah. A lot of these bright white rocks here.
And we are at elevation.
Oh yeah.
From around 6,000 feet. So we gotta, coming from Kentucky, you gotta want to wear yourself out.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a little more acclimated.
Yep. Vocal boy.
Yep. If old grandpa starts wandering into the woods unexpectedly.
Yeah, altitude sickness get to him.
Yep.
I've been here almost a week, so about 6,000 feet.
Yeah, more like 4,700.
There's rocks. And a big, look at that. I don't know what that is. Some distant time in the future, might be revealed to me that that's worth a lot of money.
Yep.
But today it's just a rock.
Yep.
Much more to see out here than animal life. It'd be cool to find some artifacts. Cave. make our disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer?
Disclaimer is something like, don't do what we do. We are professionals. Semi-professionals.
Yep.
We've been doing this a lot of years.
Self-proclaimed semi-professionals. Yeah.
Give a lot of that credit to my guardian angels, of course. Put me on some tight spots. Gonna fall down the probably 25-foot semi-vertical cliff in Washington. Or is that Oregon? Anyways, I can go there for like the first 10 feet.
Similar situation in Kentucky for me. And it's just a couple weeks before I was due to ship off to basic training. Is me, you, and Bub were on the boat out on the Ohio River.
Yep.
We stopped and saw a cliff, and me and Bub started climbing it. Thought there might be some tomatoes on top, I think is what it was. Trying to look at. Dad was like, don't reach for that thing you're trying to grab. It's not a good handhold. And I did anyways. Sure enough, it came right out by the roots, and I went falling about 12 to 15 feet.
Yep, sure did.
Miraculously, it was okay. I was afraid I was going to break a leg and have to postpone my trip to basic training. Ooh.
I mean, it was cool. It was probably 50 up here. It was probably 40 last night.
Yeah.
And for some reason, without a lot of sun penetration, this would be a great place to take a nap. So, when we bed on down, it's been 10 minutes on the show. Time for a nap.
Yeah.
We're point that old. Maybe it is.
Here's the other side of the mountain right here.
We found this. We're going to use this to mark our point of departure if we have to come back down this trail or this trail, and we're not sure which trail we're on. We see this, then we'll know what trail we're on.
Yep.
Put that right there. And then we'll know that our gully that we came up is straight over there. Zach pointed out a land feature to help us define. It's all just scrub brush around it, so you camouflages it perfectly.
Yeah.
You'd miss it if you weren't paying attention. What we want to do is we want to take a time check, right? So we want to look at the fluid over. Look at the sun, position of the sun. On the watch on my hand, it's 12:35.
Whoa!
Yeah. Funnier the first time. Go to rehearsal mode and you're like, I screwed it up. Funny when it just comes natural.
Here we are at the top of this ridge right here, this hilltop. There he is.
Right in the breeze.
Nice and windy.
Panoramic view.
We'd like to get to the top of that. All right, no, sorry, not that one.
Yeah, no, that one.
That one right there. This is our goal.
Might be a mile as the crow flies, but it's a Sankey's walk.
Yeah. We'll see how this goes. First, we got to check and see if we can even get across here. Might be a big canyon between us and that hilltop, but we'll keep it posted.
What race is all about.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we'll stop here for right down. And we gotta eat pops. Probably bear meat, Zach. This didn't bring out a bear, nothing wrong. Well, a bench. Subway sandwich. Spicy Italian with oil and vinegar. Stay away from the, health note here. Stay away from the 5 pounds. That's a good way to do it.
A lot of water weight in that 5 pounds.
Yeah. You don't have, you have no desire to eat, no desire to move. You just lay on the couch for about 4 days. And
we dig in.
Great lunch. We got, I guess we're in video mode, Zach.
All right.
Whoa, earthquake! Ah! Okay, enough the shenanigans.
Serious business.
Yeah, okay, we'll go to photo mode. Let's see if I can figure it out. Grandpa, push that button, see what happens.
It's pretty flippin' cool.
Nothing happened. Where's the button? We hit that button. We hit that.
So that's where my dad and I were eating our lunch and everything. And then we went down. And I came straight up this side. Split off from my dad. He went around. And we're gonna meet over in this thicket of pines over here. And I found this little burnt out tree right here. And kind of interesting looking. There's definitely a lot of wildfires that happen in Arizona. And yeah, watch out. It's things spread very quickly, especially on a windy day like today. But yeah, it's just been a dry season, and people are kind of anticipating, you know, when the next wildfire might happen. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully the rain comes and it'll all be okay. Generally, it's not a great idea to split up from whoever you're hiking with, but we were in each other's sight for most of it. And we're not that far from each other. We can definitely still hear each other when we call out. I should be meeting up with my dad here pretty soon. He should be getting close to this group of pine trees, like I said. It's amazing how much the terrain can change and how quickly. You go from hiking in very rocky area, and then suddenly it's like this, a lot of grass and bushes and shrubs. Not as many cacti. I didn't really talk too much earlier about what we brought. I just grabbed my current version of my get home bag, and you know, threw a Powerade in there along with the water that was in there, and of course my Subway sandwich. And I went ahead and I pulled the knife out, put that on my hip, along with my mini survival kit that I have in there. Put that in my pocket in case I somehow get separated from my bag. I at least have that. But we're not way out in the wilderness here. You can look down and see the town I live in. And so, I mean, the only way this becomes a survival situation is if one of us gets attacked by an animal or falls and breaks a leg or something. Dad! I'm up here! Couldn't quite understand what he said there, but I'm gonna start heading downhill, meet up with him. I think I'll be able to see him once I get to this ridge right here. And seeing lots of these. Not used to seeing pine cones in Arizona, but up here in the mountains, here they are. Now, they don't get quite as big as what you're probably used to in other parts of the country, parts of the world. But there they are. I don't know what this is. I guess this is a... What? I see you. Looks like a trail camera right here. I guess the ranger set up. And my dad's right down here. I saw him. Since I'm higher up here and I'm having to go back down to him, I think my way was faster. Of course, that doesn't account for the age difference, I suppose. Daddy-o! Oh, Jack. Right for sore eyes. Oh. I know. I was never going to see you again. You definitely took the better way. I don't want you to give me time. Maybe it's because you're so young. Yeah, that's what I was just telling the folks at home. Said I think mine was better, but that doesn't account for the age difference. Definitely advise that to anybody going the way I just came. You know how many brambles, briars, thickets, and thorns there were? Yeah. Holy moly. Yeah, I was going through some of them, but a lot of it was just rock too. Oh yeah, there you go. Blood. Drew first blood, sir. Drew first blood. Oh yeah, here we are, middle of the pines. Whoa, what's that? Got some poop here. It looks like. How fresh is it? You might want to know. The best way to do that is to get some. Yeah, crush it, and then you taste it to see what he's eating. Oh, just kidding. Can't smell because I had COVID, so I can't even smell what he was eating. My guess is he was eating grass. It's a good guess. Smoke grass in Oregon, they eat grass. No. People smoke grass, animals eat grass. That's what it is. So here we are at the top. Made it. Top for us. Yeah, top for us. There's still more top to go, but we don't have time today. Yeah. I mean, you can see all of that. My house is somewhere down there. All within, well, I don't know, as the crow flies, probably 15 miles to your house. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then it's the Sankey's walk a couple days. So yeah, that's what we came. Yeah, now it's time to head back, and we'll bring you along for that too. Oh yeah. So this trail kind of became more of a slide, so here we go, down on the bum chalks. Whoa, not too fast. Woo. Causing a little landslide to go down the den. Woo, woo. Whoa. Yeah. Well, good thing I didn't wear my church jeans. Woo. To clean off the lens after that. All right, so what we're doing now is routine trail maintenance, and Zach is going to get them pesky rocks and cinders out of his shoes, which makes for such a nice experience having a rock-free shoe. It's all about comfort out here. If you're not comfortable, then you're not having fun, or as much fun. little bit of style helps too.
Yeah.
Style.
See, notice he wears his black socks. I wear white socks because I like to see how much dirt's getting through. Zach's not as impressed with dirt. Here we are, we found this gully going down, and which makes for typically less briars, brambles, thickets, and thorns. And we're gonna see how far that gets us. This, in theory, this will take us down to the road. It's not the same gully we came up on. It will be the same road when we hit it. I'd like to say if we hit it, because it kind of adds a little intrigue. You're coming down, and you there's this. I was talking to Zach earlier about this spot. It's like this euphoric spot. It's the spot, the place between lost and found. So you're found when you start off. You leave your car. You start on the trail. You're found. You know you're on the trail. You get off the trail, but you know where you're at. Then you get off, and pretty soon you're not lost yet, but you can see lost from where you're standing. And then you think you're pretty sure where you know where you're going. So you come back down, like we just did, and then you see this, and you say, "That's a sign. That's a sign that says I am now found." So let's go around and see what that sign says. And Miller Peak Wilderness Coronado National Forest. So what I learned once upon a time up in the hills of California is that the difference between a park and a wilderness area. As I was coming down through this area, that was a wilderness area, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was just the way you named the, place on the ground. Park, wilderness area, it's all the same. And then forest, all the same. But then, as I was coming down, complaining about how the trail we're on just kind of petered out into nothing, and some other hiker was there, and I was just sharing my, my assessment that this really sucks, that they should keep this up better. The trail just peters out. And he said, "Well, you realize you're in the wilderness area." I said, "Well, yeah, I said that on the map." He said, "You know what wilderness area is?" I said, he said, "It's a place with no trails." So there you go. Take what you get. So when you see the sign that says wilderness area, be advised that they don't improve the trails. You're on your own. And then sometimes that's half the fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Here we are going down the trail we found. We went on from a trail, off trail, back on trail. We see this pipe on the ground here, and we see pipe on the side of the road. We don't know, maybe we'll find out where this pipe is going. But they took metal pipe, probably my guess was in there in the ground, and then took it out, threw it off to the side, and then replaced it with the plastic PVC pipe. Metal pipe looked okay to me. More PVC pipe. It's going right down this gully. What you got there, Zach?
Poop.
Poop.
Yep.
Oh, something was here. Yeah, it looks like an old Dixie turd. I cleaned many of them up in my day. Just like that. Called them Dixie rolls. More PVC pipe. Back up a ways, we found the PVC pipe was split in two. It was like somebody just needed to connect it, so I reached down to try to connect it. 6 inches short. So if that's supposed to be carrying anything, they're going to have to come up here and bring 6 inches of PVC pipe. Almost looks like the trail splits here. I don't know if that's... Looking back up, you're like, is that more of a trail or that more of a trail? But of course, there's no trail marker to indicate which way you should go. So you just have to guess. Keep your bearings. I don't know if it's recording or not. Oh, hold on. Yep, there it is. I found it. Right. Grandpa found it. Hit a little button, and I didn't know if the button on the side of the phone anything to do with the video recording. It's almost like a lush area. Did see signs in the Coronado National Park or forest or wilderness area that said, what did it say, like, beware or be advised that smuggling and trafficking or something happens in this area. What are we, like, probably 20 miles, 15 miles from Mexico?
Yep.
Found a backpack on the hike the other day that discarded. Looked like something a kid might be trying, carrying on his back. But we have not seen any indications of smuggling or immigration or really anything. Over there, a lot of green for the desert. Of course, we're up in the mountains, 7,000 feet or something like that. Somewhere between 6 and 7. Oh yeah, the old blue Powerade. I need to get some of that myself.
So the old trick is to freeze it overnight, and then right now in the middle of the hike, it's kind of a Powerade slushy.
Ah, nice. Watch out, don't get any brain freeze.
Ooh, yeah. Off the side of the trail here, we saw some sort of box. We're gonna go check it out. Looks like some sort of tank that it's sitting on. I wonder if it has to do with that piping. Yeah. They probably don't want random hikers coming up and messing with it. Yeah. But, yep, there you go.
Came down this road up here behind us. Which road is that? There you go. And we thought we had what?
2 miles at least.
Yeah, because we didn't know how far we are from the campground. The campground's around the corner there. So we come around the corner, and Zach says, "Hey, look!
There's the car."
There. I just changed my shoes into my comfortable hiking shoes just about, I don't know, 100 yards ago.
Yeah.
Here's what's cool about this area, is we got all this, we assume is quartz. Because apparently there was this quartz mine here that, and then tungsten was mined up here. It's an old mining town. And back in the day, they did something up here in support of Tombstone, which was, Tombstone's probably, I don't know,
25 minutes,
yeah.
Minute drive, yeah.
So, this was a boom town from the Old West, 1880s, and it didn't last very long, and now it's just a campground. But it's at 7,200 feet, so you can do what we did. Well, actually, we must have been up closer to 76, 77.
Yeah.
Because we were, up, yeah.
Yeah, we were up there.
Yeah, but now we're back, and nothing like the sight of the car when your dogs are barking, your feet are aching.
Yeah.
And
for all you younger viewers, that's what that means.
And you come around the corner, and there it is. You're prepared to go 2-3 more miles, and it's like walking into a feast.
Oh yeah.
We can kick back, and that's called a Nissan Kick.
Yeah, there you go.
Kick back in the kick and let the machine do the rest.
It's a rental car, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.